Respected uh, elder brothers, sisters, and young brothers, sisters. Whenever I give talk or meet people, I always consider we are same human being. I'm nothing special. Just one of you. Are you? Mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. In fact, 7 billion human beings on this earth, we are same. I am one of them. If I keep in my mind, I'm Buddhist, I'm Tibetan, I'm Dalai Lama. That sort of feeling itself creates some distance. No use. Please, you treat me as another your fellow human brother. I also consider you as a simply same human brother, sisters. Like that. Then we everyone want happy life. Do not want suffering. Everyone have the right to achieve happy life. So since you see, we are social animal, each individual's future depends on the rest of the community and furthermore, rest of the humanity. Humanity happy, individual oneself, then get happiness or maximum, so also the happy life. If humanity really face difficulties, conflict, distrust, suspicion, exploiting, bullying, one individual cannot escape from these difficulties like that. So, and particularly when I meet young people here, I think majority of you are student, young. I would like to ask those people whose age below, say, below 15, raise hand. Below 15, no. Or below 20. Then below 30. Oh, now majority are below 30. Then I would like to ask those people whose age is beyond 60. Beyond, oh, then I mean, now here, lastly, beyond 70, first I myself. So why I ask you see age? Because I usually feel people or generation whose age below 20, 30, and 15, these people are truly generation of 21st century. My generation, including Vice Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, our generation belongs to 20th century. Now that century gone now. Now we are ready to say bye-bye. So now, seriously, now this 21st century, only 11, 12 years past, gone. 88 years yet to come. So naturally, past is past. It's only memory, yeah. We can learn past experience. Otherwise, past gone. We never can change past. Future yet to come. So future depends present. So we are at present. So there is possibility, you see, to change future world, better world, happier world, peaceful world. Peace means through inner peace, not through use force or just money. No. Peace must come through inner peace. So sometimes we feel, oh, world peace, it's a big issue. One individual cannot do much. Sometimes feel helpless. But think more. Peace must create by humanity, not institution, but human being, humanity themselves. Humanity means combination of individual. So initiative inner peace of inner peace must start from individual. One individual try to create inner peace, then share with 10 more people. Each person out of 10, each person share each one 10. That means 100. Through that way, 1,000, 100,000, million, 100 millions, 100,000, right? 1,000 millions like that, billions, then 7 billion like that. So therefore, please should not think. We cannot do much individually, as an individual, cannot do much. Should not think that. First, inner peace start now, in your mind. Then try to create peaceful atmosphere within your own family. One family, then 10 families, 1,000 families like that. So that I want to share with you. Then, while you introduce me, I really felt I become now bigger. But actually, the reality, when I began study, age about, I think, 7, 8 years, no interest about study. With study carry, but with great reluctance. And because of my tutor's face, no, I have to sort of study. Otherwise, you see, no interest. This is one thing. This correction is my own story, right? Then it's right. David Bohm, von Weizsäcker, and some other great scientists. These people become my friend, and not only friend, but von Weizsäcker and David Bohm, I consider my own teacher of physics general, in particularly quantum physics. Now, here also I want to make clear the reality. While I listen their explanation about quantum physics, it seems I understand something. After that lesson finished, nothing left here. So wonderful teacher, but hopeless student. Now, and another thing, when I talk with young people, firstly, as I mentioned earlier, you are the generation, our hope on you. You have the ability, opportunity to create a better world. Look back 20th century. In spite a lot of sort of as tremendous progress, advancements, and particularly in field of technology and science. But that century eventually become century of bloodshed. According to some historian, they say around 200 millions of people killed through violence during that century, and including civil war. Now, beginning of this 21st century, we already face some violence, pockets here and there. Although, like, I think the threat of nuclear holocaust now, that more or less, I think, reduced. But some is pockets violence, and also including terrorism. These are not incidentally happen. There's causes. That is 20th centuries. During 20th century, I think certain value we neglected. We only pay all our sort of attention, pay attention for material development, material value. Even religious people, like myself, looks religious practitioner, but sometimes feel some interest about money, isn't it? So whole our sort of culture, something like materialistic culture, because of our existing education system, really materialistic oriented. So therefore, I think with too much emphasis on matters, neglect or indifference about moral principles. So the symptom, today we are facing some problems. These are symptom of past negligence or past mistake. So now at the beginning of 21st century, I think you should think more, should not take for granted existing sort of because of education or existing sort of way of thinking or way of life. You must think more deeper level. Clear? Whether you call religion or spirituality, doesn't matter. You see, think more deeper way, more holistic way. That's, I think, very, very important. And through that way, the younger generation who belongs to the first century, you should have vision. During your lifetime, world should be more happier one, more equality, right? More equal. this moment, rich and poor, not only global level also there are huge gap, rich and poor, and at a national level also huge gap, rich and poor. And on top of that, corruption. Sometimes I call the new sort of cancer everywhere, including this country, India. It's quite sad. India, generally speaking, Indian people, generally more religious people, religious-minded. But corruption is quite serious. So sometimes I jokingly telling people, when I sort of give talk, to my Indian friend, oh, every family, some god, statue of some gods, and then every morning, you see, they put some flowers and incense and recite some Sanskrit sort of shloka. So it looks, they pray to God, my corrupt life should be successful. Impossible, isn't it? So I think I feel we should pray to God, oh, those corrupted people, please God, give punishment to them. Oh, I have one story on Cuban refugee who reside in America. I think last year or 2 years ago, I met. They told me they escaped from Cuba, sort of under Castro sort of regime. So they are very much complaining to the Castro. But then he told me, he's religious-minded, he told me, every occasion when he prayed to God, he also prayed, please, Castro, bring to heaven sooner the better. So that's, I think, in a way, you should pray to end, that regime, but not negative feeling. Please bring to heaven sooner the better. I think that is compassionate sort of attitude. Disagree, they are wrongdoing, but without losing compassion. So pray to God, please give them or compassion or brought to heaven. So nice, isn't it? So in any way, corruption, these things, clear sign we are lacking moral, spiritual principle. Without that, you cannot practice self-discipline. Without that, when you have power, when you have certain sort of opportunity, then exploit. So, within this century, you should think, you should try create better world, less gap rich and poor, and less these crimes, and then less sort of corrupted things like that. So that I want to tell you. Then the topic, science and religion. I may explain this way. Religion related with emotion, heart. Science related with brain. The present book, describe or explain or express. Religion, religious faith, and reason must go together. So that's the meaning. Science means sort of analyze or research. And then on the basis of obvious sort of phenomena, we experiment, then through that way, we understand some sort of a deeper reality. Not through faith, but through investigation. That's sort of science, try to find reality. Not contented on the basis of appearances, but rather investigate about reality. Then, since the researcher, scientists themselves, their knowledge, their mind, still limited. So, nobody can claim entire phenomena knows by scientists. No. The field of scientific research up to now, mainly physical field, matters field, where you can calculate, you can measure measurement. Inner experience, including spirituality, you cannot measure usually. So anything related with mind, in the past, as a scientist, not my sort of attempt. No. That much is depend on subjects' experiences. But later part of 20th century, as far as I notice, later part of 20th century, the scientific sort of research really developed quite deep. So as a result, now, for example, the brain specialists, they found emotions and brain very close link. Sometimes certain way of sort of mental experience change brain cells, neurons. So they begin to develop some kind of interest about what is mind, what is emotion. Then they also, you see, found through their experiment, such as anger, fear, distrust. You see, through training of mind can change that. As a result, the person's physical sort of condition also improve. Some universities in America, as far as I know, Wisconsin University, Emory University, Stanford University, and so on. I know some of these universities sort of teachers or some scientists, I know. They already carried some project, a program like experiment. So selected people, or including some students, give them some sort of training or awareness about mental quality. Let them think more about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Before that lesson start, they check physical condition, blood pressure, and amount of stress, these things. So after 2-3 weeks, not long sort of first training or think, simply, you see, half an hour or 1 hour, like that. And after that sort of period completed, then again check. They found blood pressure much reduced. Amount of stress much reduced. As a result, person become much more relaxed, much more happier. And their sort of interaction with their fellow students or people much healthier, much happier. So, now in scientific field, there are more people, more scientists now talking. The emotions are very important for our health. for healthy society, healthy family. So they already carrying some sort of experiment through certain training of mind, which makes our emotion differences. Destructive emotion reduce, constructive emotion increase. Not as a religious practice, but simply for a healthy body. Through that way, healthy family, healthy community. So the scientific field also now gradually some interest about mind. Now, regarding sort of training of mind, now religious tradition, all these major, usually I call major religious tradition, because this is some religious faith, there's some kind of sort of local sort of spiritual worship. These are not my sort of philosophical background, but a major tradition, basically theistic religion, non-theistic religion, but both different philosophy, but use, you see, the deeper sort of philosophical, what's the reasons. Now, for example, Christianity and Islam, Judaism, and also many ancient Indian sort of Hindu tradition. You see, they have sort of the basic faith is Creator, God, Allah, or Brahma, like that. As a result of now, a lot of sort of talk, and also through personal conduct, like late Thomas Merton, a wonderful Christian, Catholic, because of the tradition, Trappist, monk, wonderful. So I always consider him the real person who introduced me what's the value or the message of Jesus Christ. And of course, obviously, late Mother Teresa. And see, her sort of follower after he passed away, they still carry her spirit. So I think obviously our Christian brothers, sisters, I think made greatest contribution to humanity regarding education and health. No question. We Buddhists, very limited. And our Hindus also, you see, I think nowadays, recently, the Ramakrishna missions, isn't they now really making effort in education and some other sort of program which directly serving society. So that's a very good. Otherwise, like the Buddhist and also some Hindu sort of practitioner, they remain isolate and meditate, or sometimes maybe sleep. Half meditation, half sleep. These Christian brothers, sisters, really very active, serving human brothers, sisters. But sometimes they also carry some missionary work, conversion, and that's sometimes causing problems. One time, one occasion I was in Mongolia, some Korean missionaries, see, they actually trying to convert some Mongolian and give one's conversion, one conversion, they give $15. So Mongolian also is quite clever. Each year conversion, So $15, $30 like that. So, so since I have very good sort of relations with Christian sort of community, so these Korean Christian missionary worker, they also came to see me. And then I told them, this is Buddhist country. Your sort of service about health, about education, very good, welcome. But effort, conversion, not good. As you see, whenever I give some lecture on Buddhism in the West, a traditionally non-Buddhist country, I always make clear, you have your own Judo-Christian tradition background, including the religious faith. You must keep your own traditional religious faith. It's much safer, much better. Change religion is not easy. I have one story I think I would like to share with you. In 59 and early 60, it's a Tibetan refugee. Then there's no other sort of way to earn but road worker in Kulu, in Chamba, in Sikkim, or this area. So one family, the husband eventually passed away. So the wife and with young, small children, few children, left. Then at that time, Christian missionaries or organization really helped immensely about food or including milk powder. Really immense help. Besides government India's sort of help and also some organization. So the mother with a few children also received much help. Then eventually, one missionary sort of people take care, full care, their education, her children. So in early 60, I think 60, maybe 63, like that, she came to see me and she told me her sort of difficulties, her stories, her difficulties of these things, really desperate sort of difficulties. Then she told me, oh, missionary, sort of workers, tremendous sort of help her and her children also now getting education. Therefore, this life, now she become Christian, but next life, she will be Buddhist. So that's a clear sign of confusion, isn't it? So like that. So change religion is not easy. It's better to keep one's own traditional religion faith. And again, not necessarily must accept religious faith, You remain non-believer, but meantime, be good human being, then okay, no problem. Clear. So therefore, I think the Christian brothers, sisters, I think really made tremendous sort of contribution or great service to humanity, north, south, east, west, everywhere. Wonderful. I think maximum contribution among the different religious groups, I think Christian, I think maximum. There's no question. So in any way, now you see the religious faith and these you see effort. So serving poor people, serving other people, particularly less privileged people. I noticed some sort of missionary Kazajuti, Christian sisters making health in a very remote area. I noticed. So they really sacrifice their own personal sort of comfort. They really dedicate their life serving people, particularly needy people, poor people. Their energy, their enthusiasm come from where? Their faith. The message of God, love, serve humanity. So that's a fact. So now you see scientists, through their sort of research work, they found compassionate heart is real sort of the major factor for good health. As I mentioned earlier. So therefore, how to develop warm heart, compassion through faith. And scientific research confirm compassionate heart is key factor for healthy body, healthy society. So both scientific research is also meant for human, because of the service to human being, or betterment of humanity. Of course, science, I think two goals. I usually mention two goals. One goal, simply sort of expansion of knowledge about reality. That's purely scientific. No concept of good or bad or right or wrong. Just simply try to find reality. Another purpose of scientific research is, you see, now scientific sort of, as a result of scientific research, these, for example, nuclear physics, all these, wonderful. But these sort of immense sort of knowledge, wonderful knowledge through scientific research, transformed source of fear, source of destruction. We must find guarantee. Scientific knowledge should not become a servant of destructive emotion. Like September 11th sort of event. The modern technology, brilliant education, brilliant brain, dominated or guided by hatred. So unbelievable sort of destructions has happened. So from religious faith side, difficult to give guarantee. But scientific own research findings, ultimate source of happiness is within ourselves. And ultimate source of healthy body also within ourselves. Now this is the scientific sort of finding. They're explaining. So I think here, the religious sort of faith and scientific research, serving humanity, helping humanity, build healthy world, healthy person, healthy people, healthy humanity. This is my own sort of the main reason deal with scientists. Firstly, my own knowledge, and secondly, try to bring, because of more greater service to humanity, to world.